What's going on, you guys? Welcome to part 2 of the 2JZ swap Cherokee. And today we're going to be taking the 2J that's in the back of my truck. I'm looking at it, it's right off to the side. And we're going to be taking it out of my truck, and we're going to grab the cherry picker over here, and we're going to try to put it on an engine stand and start tearing it apart. And I'm going to make a parts list to see what I need. And I'll tell you a little behind what I have to do, because I have to do a lot of stuff, like wiring harness swap. Gonna have to, since this is a GE motor, I'm gonna have to turn it into a GTE motor, and then I'm gonna have to do something about the distributor. So that's with a whole bunch of stuff with the wiring, and then I need to put a couple cam pickups on one on the crank where the oil pump drive is, and then I have to put one or two on the intake side on the cylinder head, which I would have been using my TIG welder to do that, but I might have to borrow somebody's. And I have a lot of friends that reached out and said I could borrow a lot of their stuff, so I'm grateful for that. So we'll get this motor unloaded and put on the engine stand. We'll see you guys. Here's a little time lapse, so here we go. Cue the intro.
This could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us. Could be us. Say please. Could be us. Say please. Could be us.
Take the transmission off the motor, make it easier to take it out. So we're gonna get on that right now. We gotta do some wiring
On this side?
on this side and on this side, and try and get to the access hole for the torque converter bolts. So we'll get this done, and we'll talk at you guys when we're done.
Wait for the wind, wait for the night. Stand here a while, take a little time. Since you went away, it came to a halt. Silence is everywhere, and you're not.
Holy cow, guys.
Well, we're taking off the torque converter bolts off right now, and it just started monsooning outside.
Look at that. That's 1 minute. Holy cow.
Oh, yeah. Got it. I think I got one more. This would be really lovely, because I'm sharing the same socket. Goal is to do everything, because 10 mil. And we only got one 10 mil, so that's what happens when all your shit gets stolen. But we're trying our best, so try and get you guys some content. But I think I got one more to take out.
So we got all 6.
Yeah, there's 6 torque converter bolts. Well, more than I thought. I thought there was gonna be 4.
Well,
It's a little overbuilt. That's
Yeah.
good. That's why these things run so good.
start taking more of the stuff off, like the electronics. So, and the one concern that we had about this, doing this setup, was the transmission.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk to you guys about that probably in a future video, but you have to get the right year car and the right transmission for this to work.
Yes, it's very, very important. If not, you're gonna be having a custom bell housing made, a whole bunch of custom stuff made, and it's just not very fun to do. Plus it costs a little more money, but if you put a little more money trying to find a rig that you really need, this is a 93, and but we'll get into more details along the way when we get to the transmission part. But today we won't. We're just gonna put it off to the side. We're gonna try to take most all the accessories off today and try to get this video out to you guys. So we'll do that, and a little explanation on the way. So here we go. Alright you guys, so these transmission bolts, they're not long enough, and we don't have any. We do have a lot of metric bolts and stuff, but we just don't have any fine thread and are this long. So we gotta run to a local hardware store, and then we'll be back right in a jiffy and get this engine stand on there and start tearing apart all this accessory drive and intake manifold, wiring harness, and exhaust manifolds. So we'll get to that, and we'll see you when you get back. We might go get some grub, so we'll see you back in a minute. Alright guys, we're back. Got fed, got the bolts from our local hardware store there. Arm and a leg price, of course. But we'll get these bolted up to the cherry picker in the engine. Nice and squeaky. We'll get this bolted up, set on there, then we'll do a little talking and taking some parts off and explaining why I'm going to do this swap, and why I wouldn't just put another 4-liter in there that's built. But we'll get after it, and we'll do a little time lapse for you guys. Hope you guys aren't bored time lapses. Just let us know. It's just easier to do videos that way, so we're not talking so much to you. So, all right, here we go.
So just for reinsurance, we're gonna modify the old three-legged engine stand. So we're gonna put another bar across and two more casters. So
Just a little more safer, especially when you're rotating the motor over a lot, which I'm going to be doing, because especially with a 6-cylinder, more common. If this is a 4-cylinder, I wouldn't mind it, but since it's a 6-cylinder, I don't know where our other engine stand went, because we already did this to it, but probably at somebody else's house. But it's still a little more safer, because, you know, 4 points is better than 3 points compacting on the ground. So, and these are a little more prone to flipping over when you got that much weight sticking out in front of them. So we're just gonna add another caster in this. So that's what we're doing right now. I think I might just weld it right there. Either weld it, or I might make a plate so we can just unbolt it and put the other caster on there if needed. But we'll get her done.
We should tear this town apart. Every breath makes me weak and tired. We should never be more than friends.
All right, you guys, so we got the engine out of my truck on this engine stand, and I'm gonna be talking to you while I'm taking stuff off. So, there we go. So, why am I going 2JZ instead of 4 liter? There's benefits, and then there's good things and bad things. The benefit I see of it is I want to run more boost and more horsepower. And the Jeep 4 liter, don't get me wrong, is very bulletproof, but it can only handle so much boost. And if I'm gonna rebuild a motor, I want to rebuild a motor that can handle a lot of boost. And I'm only wanting to do this once, so I could literally just throw this motor in or a stock 4 liter motor in with the same turbo kit I have, and it'll probably run forever. But I want to run a lot of boost. I want to hear it bouncing off the rev limiter because I mostly go snow wheeling and we are spinning the shit. Sorry my language, you're gonna have to edit that out. We are going to be spinning the crap out of the tires to get through the snow or going really slow. But the big benefit of these motors are capable of 1,000 horsepower if you don't do anything to the internals. As long as you get in a motor without the oil squirters that squirt up underneath, because the rods and pistons they put in the GE motor, like this one right here, they are higher compression because it was naturally aspirated. But if you do get a GTE motor, they have a lower compression piston. So and they have oil squirters, which means you'll have lower oil pressure at idle. And I want pretty good oil pressure, so that's why I went with the GE engine. Plus, the GE engines are ready. They're out there. They're easier to find. It's really hard to find a GTE engine, 2J engine, because people want to put them in their Supra, and they're really high priced. Like we're talking, probably $3,000 and up. And that's just, if you can find one on eBay for a good price, go for it. That's all you. Me, this is the route I'm going because I'm trying to do this as cheap as possible, but put a lot of good parts into it. So I'm doing rods, pistons, doing basically new oiling system because it has. So I'm gonna put a GTE oil pump on this, which has the cam pickup or the crank pickup. And I'm either trying to find a GTE head, which is out there, find them on eBay all day long, but I'm gonna try to do it easier again because I've seen this on YouTube. There's Alberto Big Boost and Super World that have made little adapters that you can weld onto this side of the head so you can have the cam trigger pickups. So we're gonna get that. I'm gonna try to do that the best of my abilities. Looking at where my TIG welder used to be, it just makes me really, really sad to see that somebody stole that, and I wish I really had that because, like I said in the shop video, while I was brutally interrupted by the GoPros turning off, I'll pick up I have several projects that I was doing with the TIG welder, so it really put a damper into what I really need to do right now. But it is what it is. Life goes on. You can't look at things that are gonna make you upset. You gotta look forwards. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna start tearing some of this stuff off. Try to get this wiring harness off, and I'll try to talk to you guys about what's going on. So I do need a new wiring harness. I'm gonna save this one for now because I still don't know if I need any of the clips or plugs. So I'm gonna save that for right now. And looks like all I have to really take off is a few more plugs. But so that's the route I'm going with. And we'll get into how I'm gonna mount the transmission up into another video, just to keep this one a little bit shorter. So that's the dealio on this. There's a lot of more aftermarket support for these engines than there is for the old 4-liter motor. And again, 4-liter, amazing motor. But this, just a little bit better, even though it's a Toyota motor, but it's just a lot more aftermarket support and a lot easier to get readily available parts for it for turboing. So I'm just gonna tear this down. I'm gonna drop it off at the machine shop, have it all clean, looked at, and then I'll order the pistons and the rods so we can get at least a short block made in the next month or two. So this video will hopefully drop
Next Monday.
next Monday. I'm hoping, as you guys are watching this, so it would already be dropped. So. But maybe we'll do one more time lapse of us taking most of all this other stuff off. I want to take the harness off, take both the manifolds off on that side, and then the intake manifold off over here, and then most of the drive accessories like the alternator, fan, the AC condenser, and power steering pump. So we'll get on it, and I'll talk to you guys after that time lapse, and leave me comments of why I shouldn't do this or why I should do this. So I see benefits in both ways, but please tell me if I'm doing it right, doing it wrong. So let's get after it. Here we go. So we're going to stop right here. Probably long enough for another part of this series. So got the engine all tore down from all the accessories. The next episode or next part of this series, we're going to be looking on the inside of the motor, see how good it is, see what I need to order, and I'll explain a little bit more on the transmission and probably part 4 of the series. While the motor's over at the machine shop, and so yeah, we'll start cleaning some parts, but we'll give you a little sneak peek of what this thing looks like really quick. So here we go. Not too shabby.
She's a little stiff.
So there's the exhaust side.
I mean, it's pretty clean for how many miles we're on this. 283. See if I can get this one to pop up. There. And there's the intake side. And this is a non-VVTi engine, so should be a little easier to tune.
Yep. You only have to tune one map. But there you guys go. Just a little sneak peek. But on the next video, we'll take the cylinder head off, take the oil pan off, and basically take it down to a short block for you guys. So, because I got to measure piston sizes, see if these are original or if it's been bored over yet. So that's one thing I have to do. I hope you guys like this video series. If you like it, let me know. Tell me what I'm doing wrong, doing right. So again, this is what I want to do. So you guys can say as much as you want to try to persuade me not to. I probably won't, but I will like your comments. We do read everybody's comments, so at least all the positive one. If you leave negative comments, you're probably gonna get deleted and dealt with. So positive comments. So yeah. Hope you guys like the series. Hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, we're doing the M18 or M12 fuel tool giveaway once we hit to 1,000 subscribers. When we do, it'll be raffled off to one of you subscribers. So get them subscriptions up, get the subs up, get the likes up, get the good positivity flowing. 2021, it needs to be a lot better in 2020. So let's get her up there, you guys. I hope you guys had a good one. Peace.